Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, somewhere in this world. Holistic Journey with TLA is always on a journey searching for that true love always. True love, finding that love within yourself to be able to express it outwardly. Okay, guys? So true love always. And thank you again for joining me this morning, this afternoon, or this night, somewhere in this world, wherever you are. All right, guys. If you've been following me, I've been speaking on thought, DNA, and how it affects you, how it affects your mood, how it affects your chemistry, how it expresses everything, the way you feel, the way you speak, the way you express, the way you perceive, your outward look and your inward look on life. All right, guys, so we definitely want to look inward, okay? Inward is definitely going to get you on a better road of perception on the outward world. All right, so thank you guys again for joining me with TLA. TLA is True Love Always, and we're definitely going to dive deep into that, okay? All right, guys. So if you guys have followed me lately, I've been speaking on DNA and thoughts. How thoughts can dictate the quality of your DNA. Thoughts release energy. Energy release biophysics in your body, causing your body to do different things. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you express, the way everything, okay? So we definitely want to get in line on that and pay attention to what we are putting in our mind and our body and how we are creating the culture of our DNA, I would say. I would call it DNA culture, okay? So we're going to find that DNA at our best and becoming our greatest version, okay? And we're going to do that, guys, with paying attention to who we are, where we are holistically, and where we'd like to go holistically. And my first segment, guys, was definitely on just that, thoughts and DNA. The second one was on how to repair your DNA with foods and things like that, and the different things you can do to detox yourself. So I'm going to do that another segment, but right now I want to speak on how do you identify all the things that you're dealing with and how you're dealing with them, how are you coping with them, how are you categorizing them in your life in the right category, the categorization of life, because you are a holistic being with spectrum, so we will make sure that we're keeping that in mind. All right, so guys, today we're going to be talking about journaling. All right, so we're going to definitely be speaking about journaling. And journaling is something I started doing when I was a kid. I used to love writing, and I didn't really know why, but it made me feel good. It allowed me to express myself because I was very shy, I was very bashful, and I just was the baby. So I kind of was like, offish a little bit when it came to expressing myself. So I journaled a lot as a kid, not a lot as I do now. I journal more now than I did when I was younger, but I've had my reasons why I started journaling, and let me tell you guys, it works amazing. It works miracles. When I say miracles, guys, it allows you to find out really where are you trying to go. It allows you to express. It allows you to look deeper into, like, where am I in this point of my life right now, and what can I do right now that can change the dynamics of my tomorrow without building anxiety. All right, so it allows you to do a lot of things, guys, and I want to definitely jump into that and also dig into Google. I love my Google. So we're going to dig into Google, guys, together, and we're going to find out some proof of scientific findings. So we're going to do that in a little bit, okay? So today, guys, I actually wrote all my things down. Normally free flow, but I wrote it all down today. And I want you guys to follow along with me if you don't mind. And we're talking about DNA at its best, okay? So that's going to be the challenge. I want to challenge you guys with getting into yourself, guys, and having your DNA be its best. Give it that great quality. Give it the nurturing and nutrients that it needs. A quality nurturing and quality nutrients on a daily basis, on purpose, because every day your cells are forming, they're redeveloping, they're morphing into more and more and more cells, right? The mitosis of cells, they're splitting and they're creating more cells based on what it is at that moment. So if your cells are unhealthy and your DNA is unhealthy and has all these chemicals just all imbalanced, just all over the place, it's gonna repeat that. So that's kind of like a vicious cycle. Ooh, are we cracking a code here, guys? Vicious cycles, guys, are repeated. I believe based on your level of awareness and your level of action that you take. Okay, so we're gonna challenge ourselves to be DNA at its best. Okay, because we are a big DNA walking, a bunch of DNA, a big bag of DNA just walking all over the place. Okay, so once we understand that, we'll definitely get into ourselves a little bit more. And I've definitely been getting into myself a little more. I've been working out. Yeah, I've been working out, challenging myself to dive deeper into what I'm already doing, because I have this routine I've been having for years and years and years, and it tweaks here and there, it tweaks a little bit here and there, but now I want to push myself beyond my comfort zone, and that's what we're going to talk about, beyond that comfort zone. All right, so guys, we're going to talk about journaling. We're going to start at a incubator space of journaling. Okay, we're going to incubate ourselves into journaling, because this journal is going to be a great, because we don't come with manuals, guys. We don't come with manuals. So I want you guys to look at this as a manual for you to start, and it will change as you upgrade. It's like a car. Okay, you want to get the same manual for the next car, even though they're the same model, make. The next car is going to have a different manual, because why? It's been upgraded. Ooh, yeah. Upgraded indeed. All right, so we're going to do this DNA at its best challenge, okay? And it's going to be journaling, okay? It's going to be like interactive vision and action planning, okay? So you're going to create this vision of who you are, where you are, and be true to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be in denial, because guess what? Nobody's perfect, and we're all here trying to get better, right? All right, so what this is going to do is going to allow you to identify yourself, identify your patterns, identify what you're really doing, identify your decision making, your concepts of relationships or acquaintance or whatever, okay? And it's going to allow you to recognize that. So we're going to identify them, we're going to recognize them, and then we're going to create this desire and will to do something about it. All right, so we always have room to grow. We always have room and space to grow. So we definitely want to gain that capacity to keep expanding itself, okay? And there we go. We're going to have that desire and that will to push forward and to do whatever we have to do to make things change in our life for the better, okay? Because when things change in your life, it would change in everybody's life around you, okay? All right, so in order to have that desire and that will too, you got to have the energy, you got to have that strength, you know, you got to have the resources. And when I say that word resources, don't get scared. Resources, okay, don't get alarmed, okay? Because resources is something simple as a journal, okay? Simple as a journal. This is a resource. This is my resource for writing my things. So simple as a journal, pens, go to the library, go to your room, go to a quiet space that you can create that energy and create that atmosphere that you need to incubate yourself as you grow and as you evolve in this, all right? So resources is that, and resources can also be meditation centers. I went to a meditation center. I loved it. It was one of my resources. I just like to get away. I'm an introvert. But I also was a public relation person, so I dealt with the public a lot, and I was really good at it. But my passion, the reason I feel like I was good at it, because I gave back to myself, and I allowed myself to grow and incubate and evolve into the thing that I needed to be and get in touch with my passion and who I truly am. So that helped out a lot, okay? So, and then once you have those resources, guys, you want to do your research, okay? Research is really fun, okay? I don't watch television, but I love looking into things, guys. And make your research fun by looking into the things that you know you want to and you need to, based on where you really want to go. It's like you're on a treasure hunt, a scavenger hunt, okay? Matter of fact, we're going to have a scavenger hunt later, okay? But right now, look at research as a fun tool to scavenger hunt your needs and wants and how to get there and what you can do. All kinds of resources out there, guys. All right, your little cell phone, you know, your cell phone is a big resource, huge resource huger and immense, more than we would know. Okay, so definitely we'll talk about that one later too, because the capacity of a cell phone can work magic and make a lot of things happen. You can tap into so many different resources just through your phone. All right. So we definitely want to work on we definitely want to work on getting used to researching, okay? And that's just looking into what you want, where you want to go, and the many ways of getting there. All right. So we're going to also definitely work on mental, emotional, physical, spirituality, those concepts of who you are, your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so when you're doing these intellectual, not about to say intellectual properties, but when you're being intellectual, okay, you're feeding your mind, your body, and your spirit. You are definitely evolving when you get to that intellectual state of mind. And dive, and don't be afraid to go deep, okay? Because you're going to find some great treasures the deeper you go within yourself, all right? And we're going to definitely work on educating yourself. That's what the bottom line of that is. Educating yourself. We're going to get educated. We're going to get excited about learning. Be that sapiosexual. Because I'm a sapiosexual, meaning I'm intrigued by intelligence. I'm aroused by intelligence. Like, I get excited, like, just to learn new things. New synapses are firing off and growing as I learn new pathways, okay? So that's real. So you can Google that and do your own research on it. But now, once we do all that, guys, once we look into that, utilize all the resources that we have, exhaust them, find other resources through other people, places, and things, whatever you have to do to get started, okay? Just start somewhere, because time is now. And what we're going to do after we do all that research, we're going to create a plan of action. Okay, we're definitely going to create a plan of action. And this plan of action, guys, is going to be really amazing, because why? It's uniquely you. We're going to call it your plan of action, your thumbprint, your fingerprint. All right, because only you, and you have the power to change all these dynamics in your life. And it may not be easy, but guess what? It's not impossible either. So if you give back to yourself and take your time with yourself and understand why that you are doing what you're doing, why? I have my whys. If I give up now, I'm giving up on everything I love, everybody I love, my future with people I love, you know. So we definitely want to know why we are doing what we are doing. And we wake up in the morning, that's something you want to think about. That's something you want to be grateful that you are here right now, being able to make that next step to get closer to your why. All right. Now, once we do the plan of action, guys, the questions is, when you're doing your plan of action, where are you holistically and where would you like to be holistically? All right. And we're going to paint a real picture of your life. Okay, we're going to paint a real picture of your life. And you want to look at your life, because a lot of times you don't have time to look back and be like, okay, I did this X, Y, Z, this time X, Y, Z, you know, because so many things are interfering with your vision sometimes. And that is normal. So we want to be able to write it down. Having a physical vision impacts the psyche a lot more than just hearing it. All right, and having it in your mind and heart and just desiring it. So we want to connect all those components and writing it down. Feel how it feels to get there. Feel how it feels along your journey as you're getting there. All right. So now what we want to do when we're creating this wheel, we're creating this life wheel, and I would definitely attach a chart at the end that's coming from the IIN school that I attended, Integrated Nutritional Health Coaching School. So we have this wheel, and this was also a wheel that I was using, but not in that way. It was just a little bit different because I had this holistic wheel before, but this is the wheel that I have from IIN is very, very great. So I want you guys to just look at it, view it, vision how you would look in there, and measure yourself out. All right, and I will teach you guys how to do that. All right. So what works for you may not work for somebody else. So if you're doing this with someone, would be great, but honestly, when you do this by yourself, be true to yourself, it's gonna come out in a whole different way. It will not come out the same. All right? So don't be afraid to face yourself. Look at yourself, because you're an amazing person. You're amazing because you're taking that next step. You're amazing because you have the heart and the desire. You have heart, okay? And we're going to set that mind align with the heart, and we're going to get there, okay? We're going to get there together. But I want you to get there. You are at your finish line. You're waiting for yourself, okay? All right. So, and when we're doing these, when we get this wheel, I want you to really look at it and dissect yourself in it. And when you're doing that, make sure that, you know, to the own self be true. That's what I wrote here, because that's very important. Because if you be in denial and you know, that means you're not ready to face that hurdle. So you'll never get over that hurdle. Okay? And when you answer these things and go along, make sure, guys, that you are answering and responding with your entire being, not just your emotions. Okay? Emotions, okay? Emotion means energy and motion. That's what emotions mean. Energy and motion. Sometimes your energy might not be right at that moment. But guess what? Your heart and your mind wants it, but your energy got to get in line with that. So answer with your entire being, okay? Answer with your entire being. Okay? And what steps can you take right now? So ask yourself those things. All right, guys? Now, when you're doing that, because we're getting ready to journal, guys. We're getting prepared to journal. It's preparation, planning. Poor prevention prevents poor planning. I said that right. Poor planning prevents poor prevention. There we go. Poor planning prevents poor prevention. We're definitely going to plan and get ready. On your mark, get set, go. Not just go. We're going to get on your mark, get set, flow. All right, we're not going to go. We're going to flow in this thing, okay? All right. Now, asking yourself, what habits do you have right now, mind, body, and spirit, that will contradict you from getting to your goals, that will hinder you from getting your goals, or that will procrastinate you, or whatever things that will stop you from getting to your goals? What habits do you truly have? And then what attributes do you have? Because you have a lot of attributes that you're not even acknowledging right now. So I definitely want you guys to understand your attributes. And everybody has them. You just got to look at them, tap into them, apply them. And trust me, when you start applying and acknowledging them, that alone can help change your chemistry in your body, because you are now mentally aligning yourself with who you are. Okay? All right. So, breaking habits will change your DNA. That's my big pointer. Breaking habits will change your DNA. So we're going to break these habits, guys. And when we break habits, we want to start 1 or 2 habits at a time. Okay, we don't want to say, oh, I got a lot of habits, because it's going to seem so impossible and far-fetched, okay? So once we find out what we are dealing with within ourselves, we don't want to set goals so far out to where they're so far-fetched and makes it hard for us to reach them. You know, then you get discouraged. Then we procrastinate. Then we don't have the energy or the will, desire to even try to get there, because it's just so much trying to eat a whole pizza at once. You can't do that, guys. You can hurt yourself like that. All right, so we're going to develop a consistent routine, okay? A consistent routine is very important. When I say consistent, that means breaking barriers. We want to break barriers, we want to make sure that we're breaking those barriers consistently. Because when they come up with, oh no, don't tolerate it, nope, nope. So we want to make up in the morning, and in the afternoon, and at night. So we're going to have routines for the morning, afternoon, and at night. And then when we journal, that's how we're going to categorize our sections in our journal. Morning, afternoon, and night. Now that's 3 periods of the day. 3 major periods of the day. And let me go ahead and give you this tip. Your bio clock starts going down, and that means you start getting sleepy and drained, fatigued a little bit. It starts going down at 2:30 p.m. or 3 o'clock p.m. So that's why it's really good to wake up early in the morning while the energy's fresh and raw and synergized and ready. All right? So we want to wake up early as possible. If you have children at home, try to wake up 2 hours before your children get up. Because guess what? When you wake up in the morning, how you unwrap your day can follow you throughout that day. You know, you have the ability to stop, like, you know what, let me regroup, let me check myself, checkmate, let me check myself really fast, because I see my energy is going in a different direction than I intended it to. So we want to definitely have the ability to do that, and definitely be okay if that happens and you have to do that. Feel free to do it as many times as you need to. Why? Because your mindfulness is rising. Your awareness of who you are and where you're going, what you want to do is rising. So definitely be okay with that. But in the morning, guys, we definitely want to set our intentions, have our intentions right there. But first of all, when you wake up with gratitude. Don't think about all the things you have to do. Wake up and just regroup. Take deep breaths, stretch, stretch, stretch. Make sure that the oxygen and blood is flowing through your body, and your cells are just activating and connecting, and mentally connect with where you are. Be grateful. Wake up with gratitude, and then put your intentions right in the front of all that. Okay, and the gratitude. Put your intentions right there. Okay, put your intentions there. And once you put your intentions, guys, we definitely want to kind of do a little mental map of exactly what we're going to do. Be very specific of your actions for that day, and understand that it might not happen just like that, but if it doesn't, little things come around like bouncing off the walls, and be like, oh my gosh, at least you have a center to come back to. Okay, you're going to have that centerpiece to come back to. So allow things to happen, because life is going to happen. You can't control everything. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that alone brings so much peace and clarity and relieves anxiety. For me, it did. So we're going to develop that consistent routine. Like I was saying, don't be so far-fetched. Let's be reasonable, making those smart goals, So we're going to definitely look into the different goal setting styles and things like that. We can go there if you like, but right now we're going to definitely start journaling. We're going to definitely start setting our intentions. We're going to get this visual, this plan of action visual, to be able to capture and identify and recognize and acknowledge and change those bad behaviors and those things that we didn't even pay attention to. Because this is going to help you reveal so many things you did not pay attention to before in your life. And I'm telling you, you're going to start falling in love with yourself. It's like learning who you are. Like you get in a relationship, you want to learn all about that person. Tell me more. Oh my God, really? Oh, tell me more. You're going to be like that with yourself. You're going to fall in love with yourself, okay? I did. And it's a beautiful thing. Alright, so we're going to be able to reflect daily on our why. Okay, we're going to be able to reflect on what we want. And how can we improve all this holistically, okay? Now, so I would definitely put that will at the end of this video, because I want you guys to understand that this journaling can definitely break habits. And breaking habits can definitely help change your DNA. So that's what this is all about, guys. Understanding the power behind journaling. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead. Well, right here, I put journal. We're going to journal morning, noon, and at night. And categories I put down so far. And you guys can come up with your own, because it's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about you. Okay? But I do understand we all deal with food intake. We all love food, right? So we're going to write down food intake, mindful moments. When did you have to check yourself? When did you have to come back and or come out of character for whatever reason. Like being mindful, you know, being mindful in unmindful moments, you know. The activities that you're engaging in. What activities do you know that you're going to have to engage in that day? You can write them down already. The ones you don't know, you still can write them down, okay? And then we're going to write down our emotions. What emotions occurred when I was involved with this, engaging with this person, place, or thing? What emotions truly arose in me? Okay, and where did it come from? We got to be honest with, where did that emotion come from? Okay? Me time. Definitely give yourself some me time. All right? Me time. Positive affirmations. Reaffirming yourself. Reassuring yourself. Okay? Intentions, of course. Of course, intentions, okay? Engagements. Like I said, people, places, and things. Where do you got to go? When do you have... What happened? Like, what do you want out of doing that? What is your intentions out of going to that person, place, or thing? And what kind of emotions came out of it? Okay? And reflections, of course. We're going to definitely reflect. So those are just a few that I came up with, guys. And I kind of came up with this little diagram, or this little drawing thing. But I'm going to do it different. But I just kind of want to share this with you guys. But this is like just a little quick little chart I came up with, just so I can kind of have a visual. Because I'm a visual person. I love visuals. So we're going to definitely put all down morning. This is just a morning sheet for the morning. Okay, this is for morning. And we have all of our indications there that we're going to be elaborating on. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this really quick. I want to give you guys a link that can kind of talk about what we're doing here. Let me ask Google. I love Google. Google's my best friend. So we're going to ask Google some questions really fast, alright? Okay, I'm going to put journaling and well-being. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go to, this is WebMD. Okay, this is from the WebMD website. So, right here, it says mental health benefits of journaling. Ooh. Now, how to jumpstart? Okay. Get creative. Try expressive writing. Start a gratitude journal. Ooh. I was so on that. Start a gratitude journal. Don't set your expectations too high. Because I've been there and done that. So I kind of just know this stuff. This is so amazing. Okay, see, I get excited when I do things, and I want to go do my research, and I'm like, oh, I nailed it, or I didn't nail it, I was close, now I'm about to nail it, you know, because I know now. Alright, so, right here, it says, it can speed up your physical healing. It encourages opening up. Opening up is very important because you don't want to be a cannonball inside just ready to blow up, a time bomb because you can't express yourself, or maybe you're around the wrong people, places, things that won't allow you to express yourself, or you're just not feeling heard. So that is important. It regulates emotions. Okay, you can regulate those emotions. Okay, it increases awareness. It helps with brooding. Writing about emotions can help you break away from a non-stop cycle of obsessively thinking. Okay, there we go. But the timing, it matters. Yeah. It can reduce your anxiety. Ooh. Okay, so that's from www.webmd, and I will definitely put this link on my description bar for you to go check it out yourself. Alright, I'm definitely going to do that for you guys because I want you guys to be holistic journey with TLA journalist and kill it and nail it and be your greatest version as you incubate in your space. Alright guys. Alright guys, so thank you guys for joining me, Holistic Journey with TLA. It's always on a journey for me and for you. And we're going to find that yellow brick road. We're going to find that authentic road, because that road may not be for you or me, but we all have a road to run down, jog down, flow down. All right, so we're definitely going to get into that, guys. Okay, so please take it easy with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and tips and pointers. This is a great way of meditating with yourself, kind of leaving people, places, and things out of it unless you feel necessary to go talk to someone. And if you feel yourself feeling really bad about something, or don't be afraid to reach out to the right person, place, and thing. Okay, the right person, place, and thing. Because if we get caught up on our emotions and get triggered in the wrong way, we definitely might end up doing the wrong thing, making the wrong decision, or just giving up. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on who you are, and what you believe in, and what you want to do in this world, because you matter. All right, guys. I thank you guys for joining me, and I thank you for staying on your journey, because your journey is very important. Mind, body, and spirit. You are here, and now. So let's activate our energy and repair that DNA and stay activated. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Holistic Journey with TLA will always be on a journey for greatness. And you guys have an awesome morning, afternoon, nights, somewhere in this world.